Okay, we're on. How's everyone doing since the retreat? How are we feeling? I want to take a pulse check. I want to find out where everyone is and how everyone's doing. Oh, you guys can hear me? Because, like, I can't hear you because I have these. You talking? Things are rocking. Sean's awesome. What's rocking, Danielle? I have to know the specifics. And of course, you wrote that at 1:11. Things are rocking. How's everybody else doing? I kind of want to hear from everyone.
Doing fine. Busy.
You're busy? Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I want to check in with everyone on the call. I'll ask anybody who is hearing this as a recording to then post in the group, obviously, because we won't have the opportunity to have a live dialogue if you're not on the live call, but I still want to check in with you. And I want to understand how you felt with the commitment that you left the retreat with, and then where you're at with the action of that commitment. All right. So that's really where I want to begin today. That may lead us through the call, or may free us for time, to move into something else. So I'm going to allow that to unfold as it may. But that is my intention for the call today, because I really want to be checking in and honor where we are and honor what we created in the space when we were all together, and not just move on right to the next thing, right? So I really just kind of want to make sure that we're fostering what was created and all of that magic that was swirling, okay? So Danielle says, did a live class, setting up day makers, people offering to funnel their people on my group and pay me. Yes. Story coming along, Facebook Lives too. New job possibility, at work in the office today, limited ability to text her. Okay, so you're off the hook because you just gave me everything I need to know. So don't worry. I won't put you on the spot anymore. Limited ability to talk or text. Okay. So first of all, so often we are like, okay, like this is what I want. This is my goal. This is what I really would desire, but I have no idea how I'm going to get there, right? And this is a perfect example, Danielle, of what you just shared, where you said, the people are offering to funnel their people into your group and pay you for it. I don't know about you, but I don't remember you putting this as like one of your hows of how you were going to get there. And it just shows up. And it's something that we probably wouldn't even thought about. We wouldn't have created. We wouldn't have put it as a goal on paper. But when we get clear about like, this is my pull, this is how I want to show up, this is what I want to do in the world, and we really open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that are available to us, it's things like this that show up as our or something better, right? Because we might not have thought of that. So this is where we allow the universe to show up and work its magic. And it is so magical. It's so much more magical than our limited scope of reality, right? And that's why it is so important for us to open ourselves up to receive in that magic. So I want to honor you for that, because that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Donna, you're next on my screen.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. So, the hardest thing I had to do when I came home was the peace with my husband.
Yeah.
But it was also the most amazing, because like our relationship is in a different place now.
Whoa, I have truth bumps all over.
It has really shifted. I mean, just my attitude. I don't know, Kate, if you read the post about my doing his laundry, and
I didn't.
I loved that, by the way. I think you can apply that to like anything though, that we just get so caught up in like doing little things. I love that post.
So it was my husband, when he takes his clothes off, they all turn inside out, and it annoys me. And so I used to fold it and put it away inside out so that he would have to turn it right side out when he got dressed. So, which I know is passive aggressive. I totally get that now. But when I was doing his laundry that day.
A little bit.
Oh, man. Yes, I know.
That's cute.
So when I was doing his laundry that day, I thought, you know what? I'm grateful that I can do his laundry for him. And I folded everything right side out with love. And I thought, that's how he's going to get it from now on. And he will never notice that. But I know. And so like the second after that happened, something shifted. Like he called me or texted me and said, I love you. You know, I mean, it was just like the universe has amazing powers. So.
You have amazing powers.
Yeah.
You are the universe. We are all a part of it. We are all connected.
Yeah.
If we get silent enough, we can all hear the same bird fall from the tree. I mean, if we understood for just one moment how powerful and connected we all are, you know, it would be like hashtag of course. I folded his laundry, put out love into the world, and then immediately received it back. Yeah. You guys, it's not just that some of the cards are stacked in your favor. All of the cards are stacked in your favor, and there are infinite cards. Like infinite, right? So you are powerful. You created that, and you then get to create more and whatever you want, as long as it's aligned with your soul's path and the greatest good. And that's our journey here to figure out what that is, right? But every single time that you make that step towards that, you are honored and rewarded and confirmed that, okay, that was the right step. Like that was absolutely the right thing, because now I just got it back, right? So that's our affirmation that we did it, that it was right. So tell me a little bit more though, because I just want to understand the process. I think this is really important. To Kelly's point, you could probably apply this to a lot more. So what happened? Like you got home and what?
So, I can't remember if I saw him Sunday night. I did see him Sunday night. He goes to bed early because he has to wake up early. No, I didn't. He was asleep Sunday night because I got home really late. So Monday night we were just talking. We had this great conversation, and I just told him, you know, I have these great tools, and I was with these amazing people who supported me, and I have a path going forward, you know, and all roads lead to. So you're going to make more money.
Yep.
But it was, yes, I am. You know, it's all right in front of me, and I just need to tap into it, and I have a plan, and I'm going forward.
Did he ask you what your plan was?
He did not.
And were you able to, in that moment, like when you said, were you able to express a little bit more about what you do and like a little bit more about your gifts and all of that?
So he understands the crystals now. Okay. He understands the crystals because he has a personal testimony. He has arthritis in his hand, and he's been complaining it's hard for him to play guitar and golf. And I said, well, here's a malachite. This one will help you. And he's been carrying it in his pocket. And he came home the other day and he goes, my hand feels better. It doesn't hurt anymore. Maybe there is something to these crystals. And I said, maybe there is. Yes, they work. They work. And so I said, and I asked him, I said, you know, can we write a little testimonial and I'll put it on my website? And he said, maybe. So, I mean, he's getting there. It wasn't like he understands the power of them. Because he also sees the third-party validation on Facebook. Right.
Okay. So, so what changed for you after confronting that conversation? Like based on what was the specific goal that you set when you left the retreat?
That I needed better communication with him. And I also want to share, so we're sitting in the airport and Jen had the book about spirit animals. And so we're reading, and I never tapped into that. I didn't know what it was. And so she handed me the book and I looked at it and there's a list of, I don't know how many animals. So I took my pendulum and I just held it over every single one. Two of them came up, a zebra and a butterfly. So I start reading the descriptions. Zebras, black and white, very, like things the way they are. Butterflies go through metamorphosis, are bright and full of colorful and take flight. I'm like, I have been describing my relationship with my husband as him being black and white and me being full of living color. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. That is,
I know.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, and here's the biggest thing, the shift for me. I wanted him to change so that he would be full of living color like me.
Okay.
But that's not who he is. This is who he is. So I love him for who he is.
Okay. So your homework was to, what I had was to ask for acknowledgement. Did that happen? Or it was better? Like, talk me through this a little bit. Because I just really want to make sure that we're understanding the beautiful progression that is happening. But I just really want to make it tangible for you. So right. Your specific that you got to at the retreat was, at the end of the day, at the core of it for me right now in this moment, is that I need to ask for acknowledgement. So when you went home and you started this conversation, did you ask for acknowledgement?
Not specifically, but I had an event on Saturday.
Yep.
And they were supposed to have 50 some people come through. It was at a yoga gallery.
Yep.
They maybe had 10.
Okay.
But I made a connection with one of the other vendors. Mm-hmm. And she connected me. She connected me to this big, huge event in Baltimore in 2 weekends that is at the Integrative Institute for Integrative Nutrition. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the perfect audience for me.
Yes.
And so, of course I come home, how'd you do? It was okay, but I made a great connection. Oh, great. What's going to come of it? I mean, his response to that was different. So, I mean, I feel like I am more understood and he's open to hearing me.
Okay.
There has been a shift, and we're not done. I mean, there's still definitely more conversations.
Yep. So I just want you to write down somewhere where it is easily accessible for you. Homework, ask for acknowledgement. And if you find that the shift begins to shift back in the relationship, okay, I want you to go back to that ask for acknowledgement and figure out another way for you to approach that, okay? If the shift continues to unfold in the direction that makes you feel in a place of love, right? And that vibration is continuously increasing, then go with what you're doing. But if it shifts back, I really want you to come back to that place. That's the core of it for you. Here's the thing, guys. Whoever we're closest to in our life, it doesn't matter what type of partnership this is, unless you live at home by yourself, okay? If you live at home by yourself, then then you have to be really careful about who you're inviting into your closest circle, because then that's where this energy is coming from. If you live in a home with someone else, then there is this dynamic that happens with your energy that doesn't happen with anyone. It happens on a different level than everyone else, right? It's magnified. And in this relationship, Donna, with you and Shep, because you two are the primary energies in the home, there is no way possible that his energy doesn't affect you. It just doesn't exist, okay? And so if you're shifting and you're elevating, then that's wonderful. What was happening prior to the retreat was that you were shifting and elevating, and then he would come home and you'd go right back down. Okay. Because our natural tendencies is to match the vibration of our partner in this scenario at you and Shep. Okay. And so this is our natural tendency. Our natural tendency is that we want to be in harmony with our partner. We want to be in harmony with those that we're closest with. Okay. And for you to be in harmony with Shep, you've been doing this. And that's why it came out in the way of, wait, I just want to bring him up and I want him to acknowledge what I do. And then you're lifting him up. But he wasn't being lifted up, right? Because you weren't doing the work. I know you're doing a lot of work on your own, but you weren't doing the work this way. You were doing the work this way with yourself, right? And you were going up, but then being brought back down. So now the work has to happen this way so that he can be like, oh, okay, I'm starting to see, I'm starting to understand. If you ever feel like you're being brought back down again, go back to the core, which is ask for acknowledgement, and try a different way. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I have to, I'm going to have to log off about 1:15 because I have to leave. But
yep. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Beautiful. So I know, I don't think Ashley's on the call. Who's the 614 number?
That's me. It's Ashley.
Oh, okay, great. I was just gonna, I was just gonna say what your commitments were, but you are on the call, so you can do it yourself.
Can we skip me and come back to me? I'm about to go through the checkout line.
Yes. Yeah, no problem. I'll come back. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. So, Lori Dudo, are you on the call? Okay. I don't think she is. Part of her commitment was going to be exploring some ideas around book titles, exploring different options in that regard. Laurie and I have had a conversation, so she has met that part of her commitment. And then, Laurie, I would just invite you, if you listen to this call, to post in the group about any like what has unfolded after the retreat and where you feel like you have kind of met your level of commitment and what has happened as a result of that. Okay, so those were some of the things that we talked about at the retreat, but I'll invite you to expand on that within the group so that we can continue to support you. And you were also going to reach out to Dr. Roach, and I don't know if that had happened yet or not, but you did schedule the session with me, so I honor that commitment that I know that you fulfilled. So good job on that. Okay, next we have Kelly. I know that you're on the call.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Nope, that's fine. Sorry if I'm just looking at the document, so if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, that's why. So, okay, perfect. So share with us a little bit about where you're at, maybe, how you felt after the retreat, what your commitments were, and where you're at in that process.
So I felt really good after the retreat, really good. And I feel like though I listed some commitments, but when I was kind of sitting with and I was journaling on the way home on the plane, I still have a lot of blocks, like personal blocks that I think are affecting my business. So in the past week, I've actually really been trying to focus on them and journal more about them particularly. I don't know where to start with my letter to photographers, especially with like establishing like a partnership of like the buying the shirts. I just have no clue to where to even start that letter. And then, a lot of my focus has been on moving because we started to pack. And I actually got connected with, made me feel like a lot better. I had followed months ago, I started following this St. Augustine blog, this mom's blog. So I reached out to like the owner of it and she brought me into her Facebook group. And there was a woman who 3 weeks ago posted looking for like doctors because she was moving into my development. And it's crazy, but she's come from out of state and we live 1 block away from each other. We're going to live 1 block away from each other.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So it was like I connected with her last night and it was just awesome to like not only meet someone, but someone that's like exactly in the same boat as me.
Hold on. So you followed a blog.
Mm-hmm.
And you connected with this one person from this blog that you started following months ago?
So the owner of the blog gave me the Facebook group. I didn't know there was a Facebook group. I had only followed her on Instagram. So when I did the group, I was looking at the post because it's like, a mom's group. So it's like helpful. And literally like the 3rd post down was this girl being like, hi, I'm moving to St. John's Country Club. Like, I have a daughter. Can someone give me doctor recommendations?
Okay.
So then I wrote on there, like, I'm moving there too. And then we just started private messaging each other.
Mm-hmm. Are we still questioning the magic of the universe at this point, or is that pretty much what we're talking?
No, not at all.
Just
I am not. I am not.
okay. I'm just like, last call we talked about your, I don't know, $200,000 check. I don't even know how much it was. And this call we're talking about your new next door neighbor and best friend. So I mean, I don't know. I just was asking. Okay. All right. So we're good on that. We can check that off.
We're really, really good on
That's
that.
amazing. That's so cool. Oh,
it is really cool.
That is really, really cool. So here's what it is. So I mean, I can have fun with Kelly just because I know her, but here's the thing is that, often when people are like, like I still have blocks or I'm just, I'm not sure where to go, but what Kelly's doing, and look, all of us feel this way. And I want to honor Kelly for being so completely honest in her process, because all of us feel this way in one aspect of our life or another. Like, we're all human beings and it's part of the process, So I just want to honor you for your authenticity in the process and really being honest about what you're thinking and what you're feeling and where you're at. But even if you're unclear a little bit, well, what Kelly is doing is that she's still taking the steps. Do you see what I mean? Like, she didn't want, if we're being honest, like, she didn't want to come to the retreat my fly's back.
I was just about to say that.
I'm not allowed to kill it because someone told me it's my spirit animal. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now I can't kill it because you just said that. God bless America. So anyway, back to Kelly. So, you had doubts about coming, there was stuff going on. It was hard for you to get on the plane. This is just one example, Kelly. You keep pushing forward. You keep taking the action. And even if you're like, all right, infinite possibilities. I don't know if I'm quite there at infinite yet. Like, even if you're still questioning, and I'm not saying that that's Kelly, but all of us at one place or another are questioning certain things, right? Even if you're not quite sure, even if you're still a little bit unclear, as long as you are still taking action towards, I'm open to see what shows up. I'm going to still work at this. I'm still going to plant the seeds. I'm not even sure what's going to grow. I'm not even sure what seed I'm planting yet or like what I'm hoping to grow, but I'm going to plant the seed. Like, I'm going to start digging the hole. I'm going to take a little bit and put a little bit in. I'm going to put a little bit more on top, and then I'm going to water it. And I believe, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to also trust a little bit that what grows will be what I need. You get rewarded by these things, and you're really being shown, Kelly, that you might not have it all figured out from every aspect right now, but these things that are showing up for you are like, just keep going. I mean, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful what's happening for you. All right, let's talk about the letter though, because also let's just get down to the specifics, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me again because we talked about a lot of different options. We did talk about get your designs out to the core people who have large audiences that can help push your product in a big way. We talked about that. You can do that. You should be getting. I mean, you haven't. Oh gosh, is Tori Spelling doing a show right now?
No. Right. The only way I knew how to reach out to her was Instagram, and I never heard anything back, and I really didn't want to go that way either. Because before she gets 1 million people that are messaging her. But I did look into more branding stuff because Patty wants me to send a shirt to her for Channing Tatum's wife. So I was researching this week. I wanted to kind of step up my branding with personalized tissue paper and tags so that when I do sell them in stores, because right now my shirt does not have my logo on it. So if it was being sold in a store, there is nothing on it. So, and I found a company to make these tags that I would just put a little tiny safety pin into the actual size tag inside the shirt. So it doesn't do any damage to my shirt, but it makes it more personalized.
Okay. All right.
Or what if you do an iron-on so that you can, under the brand of the T-shirt or right next to the brand of the T-shirt, you could put, an iron-on your logo so that they can see the brand of the T-shirt plus your brand. But, if you safety pin it on, they're just going to take it off before they wear it, and then, it's not on there anymore.
Yeah, but I was also doing it as, so I have someone who gave me information on a stamp that I could use. I get iffy with that because I'm going to try it. I've just, from the 3 printers I've used, I've wasted a lot of shirts because the second something gets onto one aspect of the shirt, like you have so much room for human error when you start messing around with doing things to your own shirts. It's one reason why I source it out to a printer, and they even make mistakes, which is, it's a guarantee you're always going to lose like a percentage of shirts, especially when you're working with like white shirts. The tags on it, I think, just make it look nicer. When I'm not talking about like what you see in Target, like there are these nicer like die cut tags that are larger, to kind of just give the shirt like more presence with my brand on it. And I know it's immediately going to take off, but if it's hanging in a shop, it kind of just gives it a little bit more. But I have someone who owns a company and they use like a stamp, so I was going to start to try to do that.
Or what about like a little, I mean, I know that you seem set on this. I just can't imagine getting a shirt with a safety pin in it, like for a child shirt or even my own, to be honest with you. I mean, would you, Kelly? Like, think about that. If you received something on Amazon and something was pinned onto a shirt, would you wear that? Or would you, if that was your kid's shirt, like, that like, I think it was actually like the first thing you would do is take it off. And then, so is that really personalized then? If really what people are doing is like discarding it.
Okay.
I would just think that through a little bit from like a mom perspective, from a personal perspective. And then obviously you have to make your consideration from a financial perspective. But like look at the JoJo bows, right? That are like the big thing right now. They have like a little, charm on it, and that's how you know it's a JoJo bow. They're like legit the exact same bows you're going to get on Amazon for a fraction of the price, but it just has a little charm on it that's sewn on, and now they're JoJo bows. And it's like this big. It's so small, but everybody knows it, and the kids look and they're like, oh, that's a big bow, and then they're like, is it a JoJo bow? And like, because it doesn't have the charm or not. So think about like, there's different things like that you could do. Like if it's, I know you do boy shirts too. So what if instead of like a circle little charm that has sparkles in it, like what if you just do like one of these, like, like tags, like a little, rectangle tag that says like your logo in it or something like that. And it's like right down on the left-hand bottom of left-hand bottom of the shirt. Yeah.
Okay,
that's cute. That's really cute. And I'm trying to think of, there's definitely different logos that are different fashion companies that do something like that. Anyway, so maybe those are some different ideas that you can think about.
Okay.
All right. But in the meantime, let's talk about the inventory that you have and how do we sell that. First of all, how much inventory do you have? Like what is our opportunity for sales right now?
I have hundreds of shirts right now.
Okay, great. 300, 700?
Maybe like probably around 500.
Okay, perfect. So 500 shirts. So the photography thing was partnering with photographers so that they can use your shirt for the cake smashing session and then give the people a shirt to go home with as a gift, right? Mm-hmm. So two per customer. Okay.
And Kelly, I have some photographers that might be interested in that. So if you send me a message to remind me, I will reach out to them and see if they'd want to do it. Okay. They're just photographers on bases that serve a lot of military families. So that's a way for you to get into that niche as well.
Perfect.
Okay. And you sell the shirts for $20?
These between 20 and 22, the month shirts.
What shirts?
The month shirts. That's the shirts I would be giving to the photographers.
What's the difference? Why would you sell one for 20 or one for 22?
It's long sleeve versus short sleeve. They're just more expensive.
Oh, okay. Got it. So I would think short sleeve for the photographer session because it's a cake smash. They're not doing a cake smash with the baby if it's outside and it's cold out. And you see what I mean?
So the problem with that, and this is one of my goals for 2018, is that every time I change a shirt, well, actually I could order half and half. So because I'm ordering minimum shirts, I kind of have to go with the seasons right now. But I just realized I probably could, as long as the design's the same, I could probably order half t-shirts, half long sleeve shirts. I didn't think of that. I did get a lot of requests though when I had t-shirts, like, are you gonna come out with longer sleeve for the fall, like this and that? Because people do like to go with themes too. Like I've had people wear my shirts with their cake smashes and stuff, and it kind of goes with the fall theme or whatever. But I can definitely look into ordering half and half and still keeping my costs down. Because I mean, I'm paying for all of this up front.
Yeah, that's what we do as business owners. I get it. So I don't. All right. So anyway, I guess my point is, I feel like it would all be short sleeve shirts for a cake smashing session. They're inside taking pictures of the cake smashing, and if they're outside taking pictures of a cake smashing, if it's with a baby, it's going to be warm out, so it's going to be all short sleeve. Okay. So where do we then? So I'm just trying to figure out, because I want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Then how did we get to like the half and half order? Do you have short sleeves right now, or you don't have them?
I don't, and I actually just ordered all of January. I don't have them.
Okay. That was the missing link. I was like, I knew that obviously that triggered you, and then I was like, but I didn't know how we got there. So okay, got it. So
and I just ordered like all of my January and February shirts like yesterday.
But those girl shirts are like roughly, they're not, I think they're like 3/4, but I think they'd be adorable for a cake smash, if they're long sleeve, because they're like the fluffy party type shirts. So I think it'd be really cute in photos.
We'll go with the long sleeve. I was just saying for cost purposes, that's why I was trying to push the short sleeve.
No, that makes
cheaper price, but that's fine. It's $2, not a big deal. We'll switch it. We're flexible. We'll go with the long sleeve. I'm trying to sell what you have, right? So that's like my goal of this conversation right now. So you have long sleeve shirts for December, January, and February?
Yes. January and February are being made now. I have December in my hand and November, but it's kind of late for that.
No, it's not too late. Okay. So November, January, and February. All right. So what you are going to say to the photographer is, here's an example, like, here's the shirt. Okay. So this is who I am. So, you know, I am a mompreneur who, you know, started a t-shirt line because it was my passion. And I'm looking for other mompreneurs to partner with so that we can help support each other. And, you know, I noticed on your website that cake smashing is, you know, one of the types of sessions that you do. I know just by being a mom, you know, that I usually look to my photographer to, you know, for ideas on what to wear, and, or, you know, my, you know, often the photographers that I work with have different outfits or themed outfits on hand. Would you be interested in considering carrying my t-shirt as one of your themed outfits, or as an offering to your clients if they booked a cake session with you? You know, so the way this has worked in the past with the photographers that I partner with, is that, you know, when you are talking to a client about booking a session, you know, you offer that in addition to their session, they can upgrade for $25 and get one of these shirts for the cake session, so that they don't have to worry about picking out an outfit or what they're going to wear. But that basically you'll supply them with this shirt for this session. It's personalized for their month. It photographs really well. Here are some pictures to represent the t-shirt, represent the brand, represent, you know, the personalized month shirts, whatever you want to say. And, you know, I have, you know, what my photographer clients have shared with me is that by adding this, you know, extra touch or this personalized service, you know, their clients have received it very well. And, you know, it's really just increased their customer loyalty, and allows you to provide another added service, you know, without you having to, you know, actually do anything extra on your own. I normally sell these t-shirts for $25. I'm willing to offer it to you for $18. And also, what photographers have done in the past is they've bought, you know, they have offered their client a shirt to take the picture in, and then a clean shirt to go home with, or something along those lines. I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense, because I guess they could just go home and wash the shirt. But but if you don't want to do the two, that's fine. But that's what I would say. I talked a lot because I just want you to take whatever resonates with you from that and put it into a letter in your own words, right? But some parts of that are going to work for you. And basically what you're saying is, and I know that you do work with a photographer who has themed outfits on hand, right?
Yes.
So whatever. So you're just expanding on that relationship when you're talking about, your people that, and what their experience has been. Okay. Does that make sense? And do you feel comfortable with that?
No, I feel like great about that. I think that I just felt like I hit a wall and you just like bulldozed it down. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, so I had a one-on-one with, I know that she wouldn't, she would feel comfortable with me sharing this. I had a one-on-one with Mandy yesterday. And what I explained to Mandy during our one-on-one is like, first of all, you need to start getting testimonials from every single person that you talk to and that you work with. Like, we have to start empowering one another and supporting one another. And your clients want to support you, but you have to ask them. You know what I mean? Like, they don't always know what to do or what to say or how to get a testimonial across to you or whatever, right? So we have to ask them, but they want to help. They want to support you in your business. And you can take one testimonial from a client, and if it's 5 sentences long, that can be 5 different testimonials. Like, you don't always have to put who the testimonial's from, right? And so, and you also don't need to share the whole entire thing at once. So if you break it down and been like, amazing, like, awareness for my client or whatever it is, and it's just one sentence from it, great. Look what this amazing email that I got from my client today. It filled my heart. Sentence number 2. Like, literally, you could break down one testimonial and you could market it for 2 months. The one person, different, you know what I mean? So we just have to start getting creative in how we're positioning things. I don't want anyone to lie. I don't want anyone to lie, but I do want you to start thinking about how you're positioning. Like, yes, like, it was one client that might have said, this whole big long thing about you, and you might be breaking out the pieces, but you're not lying. The client still said it. Do you know what I mean? We're just getting creative about how we're positioning it. Yeah. So how can we apply that theory? It doesn't necessarily have to be testimonial breaking out sentences, but how can we apply this creative theory to what works for your business? Okay. All right. Perfect.
Excellent.
All right. Thanks, Kelly. Awesome. So excited. All right. Mary, you're up.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. My internet's terrible.
Oh, is it because you are at your luxury villa in
upstairs in my house? Probably be better there.
Oh my gosh. All right. Awesome. So how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Jen and I have had some great pod calls the last couple of weeks that have been really, I think, helpful for both of us, which has been good. I can't say that I'm plowing ahead with doing a retreat, because I'm not at this point, but I am, from some of our conversations, we've been talking about how to create experiences and, a lot of them ideas more focused around what she's doing, but it relates to both of us. I think my focus still keeps coming, or within myself, keeps coming back to the need to be creative, the need to do creative things, and more of a spiritual kind of place that I'm seem to be coming from.
Yep. And, so would you create a creative retreat? Like we're you're hosting the space for people to come and be creative, and the people that you decide to partner with are people that can put people in creative spaces or create or I'm not going to use the word create there, but, or facilitate opportunities in different ways to be creative, like, you know, something like that.
I think at least some component of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That can be one part of it. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So at the risk of being redundant here, my next question was going to be like, how aligned do you feel with all of this? Like what we talked about at the retreat, like how aligned do you feel about your forward movement?
I'd say maybe 75% aligned. I don't feel fully aligned.
I will take that.
It's not that I feel unaligned.
Yes.
But I don't feel this giant surge of energy from it.
Okay. And I would then say, if I'm reflecting back to you, that the energy may come from, you know, different steps that are taken, you know, kind of similar to what we've been talking about. It's like, we might not be sure. And I'm not saying that you have to book your plane ticket. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be that my spirit animal is back. It doesn't have to be that, you know, we're like all in. So like, I have one author for Women Who Influence, and her whole thing is like, I read the quote about like how you have to jump off the cliff to get started. And she's like, I literally had like a reaction in my body. Like, no, like I am not jumping off the cliff. Like that feels wrong to me on every level. I'm taking the stairs down. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
so
yes,
yeah.
that's more where I am. But I think some of the process, what I've realized over the last few weeks is that it's a matter of me taking steps, any kind of action, movement, just doing things that I know feed my soul, really.
Okay.
And then allowing rather than pushing something or pulling something or striving, of just trying to allow what is going to show up. And I don't mean that in a passive way, but
right.
Letting it unfold maybe. And
so tell me, what are some of the things that you feel aligned with right now? That do spark your creativity, your joy, make you feel more aligned?
Actually, seeing the legal clients that I have right now, I've just had some amazing conversations with them. Being aware when I'm really connecting with somebody and not connecting with somebody, just as a process, that I'm aligned to understanding and being in tune with myself and the process.
Okay.
So not necessarily the conversation, although that's also happening, but also just more like an intuitive, a larger intuitive sense.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
it does make sense. Okay. But do you feel comfortable, you know, that through this process, you know, through our time together, through our journey, you know, of, you know, the retreats and the one days and things like that, do you feel comfortable that part of your journey right now may be learning to be in the present? Like, is that going to feel comfortable and enough for you?
It feels very comfortable. Whether it's enough, I can't answer that really. I don't know the answer.
That's your homework. That's your homework, right? Because here's the thing. So I have a client that I'm working with, and like her whole thing is about just like being present. Exactly what you just described. Where you're like, does that make sense? I'm like, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. But as long as you are saying like, this is enough for me right now to be completely present, to be completely involved in the moment. It doesn't have to be about this, but it can just be about the conversation. Okay. If that's enough for you, then that's great. But and you'll have to, I don't think you're going to have the answer on this phone call, but I would say that this is, over the next week or two to kind of really get clear on this for yourself. If that's not enough, which I'm sensing from you that it is not, then it's like, okay, well then I have to push myself out of the comfort, and it doesn't have to be a plane ticket, and it doesn't even have to be towards the retreat if it doesn't feel aligned, but it does have to be a step just to get us closer.
Yes. And I can answer that. I think it's necessary, and necessary in a very extremely positive way to be, but I don't want to stop there.
Yeah. No, I don't want you to either. So then what next step do you feel comfortable with?
I may have missed some of what you said because
I know. I'm hoping I didn't miss anything on your end either. It got a little funny there for a minute. I hope this makes sense, and then please correct me if it doesn't. But my question is, then what next step are you comfortable with?
Well, I'm going to just keep taking some of the steps that I wrote down at the retreat.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm going to keep doing those.
Okay. So then it does feel, because what I thought I heard you say in the beginning was that you weren't sure if they necessarily felt aligned, but then you do feel like they're aligned enough to see how it unfolds. Is that a correct statement?
That's
okay.
correct.
Okay. Okay, great. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Okay, Sean, you're up.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. One of my commitments that I made in Nashville was to create a daily journal, and that's been very exciting for me. It's almost finished, but I'm having a problem finding someone. I take that back. It's not a problem. I just haven't found the person to help me with the design. And I was having a conversation with Lauren Fisher because I'd posted something in our group. I have two people that would print the one you recommended and create space, but they won't help with design for a journal. Lauren Fisher suggested that I reach out to Darlene of Goal Friends. So I had a conversation. I texted her yesterday. She said, call me. We had a fabulous conversation, and she wants to work on the project with me.
Awesome. I love it.
She's pulling in her designer. I don't know if you know, it's a woman named Tony.
Yep.
So in the next couple of days, I'm going to send everything over to her, and they're going to work on it with me to get it published.
That's amazing. Yay! So many miracles unfolding. That's huge. Exciting. That's so exciting. I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm continuing to, I have that one big workshop at the Reiki place that we're starting in January. So I've written out, it's almost finished, exactly what I'm going to cover that day, and started working on designing my workbook and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
So, and I have a local thing. I used to do it every year for Arbonne, but this year I'm going to be there as a best-selling author. It's a restaurant in our area that always does a ladies' night before Christmas. It's like wine, shop, and dine.
Okay.
So this year I'm going to use my vendor space to sell my book.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. I love it.
So I have that. So that's kind of the stuff I've been working on since Nashville.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And you have a very clear direction of where we're going with the yoga workshop thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
That's amazing. So keep us posted on that. If you need, if you want to just continue to bounce that pricing off, or want some strategy help with that, throw that up in the group.
That's what I'm going to need help with next, is the pricing.
Okay.
That's where I'm going to go next after I finish my workbook, is because I'm going to have to start advertising. I'm going to have a page added to my website so people can find information there. And so pricing will be next. Yes.
Okay. So let us know when you're at that stage then. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Ashley, are you available right now? Tanya, are you available right now?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay. Hey, Tanya. Good. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I have been a little bit crazy with boy stuff, but one of the main goals for me was to finish the website that I may or may not use. And so I'm getting close to finishing that. My goal is to have it done by the end of this month, so November. And Patty had sent me someone that just needed just a quick conversation. And so we connected, we talked. It was really just a simple, she was prejudging a final interview before she even went in. And so I talked her through A, why you don't prejudge, B, some really good questions to ask to get to the heart of her concerns, but how to ask them in a way that was not intimidating by the person who was interviewing her, which would be her boss. She went into the interview the next day and messaged me back saying how grateful she was, that the information was right on target. I needed that, I think, just for a little bit more of my confidence of, I do know what I'm talking about. Yep. And she, just the email she sent me was real quick, but thank you so much. You were exactly right. So I'm going to reach back out to her and ask her for a quick recommendation, just a little 2 or 3 liner.
Yes.
And,
don't
these
say
are
that. Don't say a quick
that,
recommendation, because if she wants to write you 2 paragraphs and we can repurpose that in 17 different ways, let her do it.
Through that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
You're right. And then Patty sent me another lead, but I have not needed to follow up with this person today. I really don't know anything about it other than this lady's looking at trying to redo her life, and she's great. And so, I think what I'm coming with is, that little conversation with the other person that took me maybe 10 minutes. I like doing that. And literally it was 10 minutes. It was perfect. It was as much for me as it was for her. I have to put my hands on how down the road to make those things worth some sort of monetary value. But for now, the monetary to me is the recommendation I'm going to get that's going to help me build this for the long run. But I'm excited about talking to this other person and the connections that you make. I mean, I think that those are the things that I have to be very open to as well. So website, and these things feed into that. I just need to make sure that I'm really gearing that website to the right places and people, if that makes sense. I just have to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with it. So anyway, it'll be done. I'll have some of these recommendations on there. And I'm excited just to see how things unfold.
Yeah. So, I mean, so would you be doing slam dunk interview sessions, where you are just basically walking people through, the mindset of an interview, but you wouldn't say mindset because this audience isn't necessarily going to connect with that. But if you have a little, side hustle called Slam Dunk Interview, Tools and Tips for an Interview, if you, start posting that online, or I don't know how you would put that out there. Certainly we want to be respectful of your non-compete, and the crossover in that way, but there is a way that you would be able to get that out there. I mean, people would add that on at any time because people pay to get their resumes written. They would absolutely pay to learn how to get the interview, or you know what I mean? Or excel in the interview. And it's not that
that's a good piece. Yeah. That's a good pull out. And that's, I think people can, right now I have it set up where people can pay me by the hour, and then we can hit any topic. So it can be me talking through your resume and LinkedIn profile with you, or me putting you in the mindset of a search, or me helping you figure out who you know and how to connect and network during your search, or me getting you through the first interview, or me, so they can pay hourly. But maybe I set it up where we don't even talk about it hourly. We talk about it just as buttons of, like you said, slam dunk interview, revamp your resume and profile, and then they just pay for those a la carte features, something like that.
Are you doing resume writing in this? Did you mention that? Sorry.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no,
I mean,
that
I'm doing
sucks.
some.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
all right.
It takes me 10 minutes. I'm doing a revamp.
Does it?
So
Okay.
I will make it look good. Like, it'll take me.
A revamp.
Yeah.
That's all right. I can do that. So resume revamp, contact conversion, right?
Okay.
So under contact conversion can be the LinkedIn, helping them connect the dots with their contacts, like all that kind of stuff can be under the contact conversion, and then slam dunk interviews. So those are some things that, yeah, I mean, 100%. This seems like a no-brainer to me.
Right.
What am I missing?
Negotiations.
Yeah, go ahead.
Negotiations and accept or turn down.
Well, that'll be
helping
under
walk
your
them through why they need to take it.
Because you're going to take people full cycle of an interview process, because that's what's going to get them saying to every single person that they know, you have to go to this person if you ever are in the process of interviewing for a job. You'll take them through all of that.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Okay. But what
I think they can a la carte it too.
Yes. But what am I missing from you as far as like what's holding you back? What do you feel like won't work? What is going inside what's going on in your mind right now? That's what I want to know.
Carving out the time to do this along with my current job, and it's season for the boys. So between dance and gymnastics, and so I guess for me, I don't want to sound conceited, but I feel like if I were to throw this out there, it is going to take off and be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But it will not. I cannot charge enough for it to replace my income. So I want this to feed my soul for now, and I can only have a few hours a week that I dedicate to this for now.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
And that's okay for now, just to get it going.
For now,
and then we can.
Right.
I'm okay. That yes. For
I'm taking
now.
the stairs, Kate. I'm taking the stairs.
All right. Listen. For now.
Okay. For now. I'm good for now. For now.
Okay. Yes. And I get the whole, like, so what this is going to do is, because I just want you to begin this, because once you see the impact, and it's going to feed your soul, and it's going to feed your soul in ways that we can never even imagine and expect right now. And then it's going to get you to like, what's bigger for this in this realm. And then all of a sudden you're charging $25,000. So that's real. That's where we're getting to. If this is the first step to get there, I'm fine with it. It's not our end point. You know that, and I know that, but I think it's a really way. We have to get started somehow. What you said, and I just want to really honor this, and I want to reflect this back to everyone in the group, is this was what you said, Tanya, was I felt like that call, that interaction that you had, you said that it was as much for me as it was for them. That is the way all of us, every single one of us should be feeling like that about what we're working on, or it's not right. I'm just going to tell you right now. Okay. It is as much for me as it is for them. Like this call right now, this is as much for me as it is for every single one of you, and every single thing that I do with this group, the retreats, any coaching client, the books, all of it is absolutely as much for me as it is for you. If it wasn't filling me up, then I wouldn't be able to fill you up. Okay. So it has to be that way, guys. That is just so key. And I really just want to end on that really think about that and all that we're doing. It's never too late to take that one step over, right? And get back on path. If you're like, well, shit, I don't feel that way, Kate. I don't feel like it's as much for me as it is for them. So you're like, okay, let's recorrect it, because you might not be all the way off the path. We might just have to take one step over for you to get into that zone where that's how you feel. But when you feel that way, that is what we're talking about when we say alignment. That is alignment. as much for me as it is for them. Fills me up so I can fill you up. Okay. And that's the zone. That's the zone where abundance is. That's the zone where the magic happens. That's the zone where we're opening up the universe to come in and do its magic. That's the zone. Okay. So I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Tanya. That was beautiful. All right, guys. So, that was wonderful. We'll keep everyone posted. I appreciate you all being here for the recap today. And we are just going to continue to build from this spot. But I have to say, I'm just so excited for all the things that are going on. There's so many beautiful things that have unfolded just in the time that we were together. And it's just the beginning. Like, it is just the beginning. I think we're on like call 5, right? We're not even halfway through. I mean, this is so freaking cool. So thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the call today. I hope it was valuable for you. And the next call that we'll have together will be with Patty, and I will be putting the hot seats in the group. Just let me know if you can make your hot seat or not. And we'll go from there. Okay. So any other questions, just post in the group in the meantime. I love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.